Welcome, ladies and gents. So the Batman is getting rave reviews, like 10 out of 10. People are loving it. Absolutely blowing it up, right? Yeah, sure, there's some negatives and stuff like that. Every movie has it. If it was all resoundingly positive, there'd be an issue, right? However, those mega predictions have now seemingly affected its box office predictions. And I've tracked this along the way, like I did. I've done 2 videos on this, in fact. And this is interesting to report again. Because it's basically just market volatility, isn't it? It's the same as like stocks and shares. Something gets purported and then people are like, oh my god, it's so much money. Or, oh no, it's negative, it's not going to make much money. This is the movie version of stocks and shares. It's fascinating. Basically, it's now being reported it's going to take mega money opening weekend. So let's dive into it. Let's take a look. I hope you're well. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Check your subscribes, because YouTube just is unsubscribing people. Cheers, mate. Thanks, YouTube. Love it. That's just what people want. People that choose to subscribe. They really want to be unsubscribed. That's their mission. They love it. YouTube. So yeah, hit subscribe. Follow me over on Twitter at MrH and follow me on Instagram, Mr_Nate_H. I know it's long, but let's take a look. So, and this is not a huge surprise. You know, it's not, like I said, market volatility, basically. This is what this is. But Robert Pattinson's The Batman targets a heroic $100 million plus box office debut. Bearing in mind, this is solely in the States, domestic. But also the budget has been revealed, which I think is interesting. So we'll dive into it. We'll see whether we think this is going to make some money. Shall we? Shall we, ladies and gents? Bruce Wayne could be the hero the box office desperately needs. I love variety in their puns. They are awful, but they do crack me up. So, though the movie theatre attendance has significantly improved compared to earlier pandemic days, overall ticket sales have been slow to get a box office receipts back to pre-COVID levels. FYI, why are you completely forgetting about Spider-Man No Way Home variety? It's literally just topped Titanic. Are you an idiot? I think you might be. I don't understand. Like, every single time a new movie comes out, people are like, this is going to be the saviour. It's like, Spider-Man No Way Home's just... What? What's going on? I don't get it. I don't get it. Because, of course, you know, my COVID. Anyway, so The Batman, a decidedly grim superhero action adventure, opens in domestic theatres on Friday. FYI, I am watching it Thursday night on IMAX. Got an IMAX preview. Paid for it, obviously. So if you want my review, Thursday night, be here, or there, or be square. Hence another good reason to subscribe, because I will be honest. But anyway, so, you know, it presents the best shot since Spider-Man No Way Home, getting people back to the silver screen in a big way. You know, basically what Variety's saying is that there's been absolutely shithouse movies being released. These are the only good movies that are being released. They think that these will be the movies that people want to go watch. I mean, bloody rocket science, isn't it? Unreal. Absolutely unbelievable. So the comic book film starring Robert Pattinson as the Caped Crusader looks like it will be more than up for the task at hand. The Batman is targeting a huge opening weekend, somewhere between 100 million and 125 million at the domestic box office. That's pretty bloody good. That is good money. That is good money domestically. Should those estimates hold, The Batman would be only the second pandemic-era movie to cross the $100 million mark in a single weekend. The first was, of course, Sony's Spider-Man No Way Home, which debuted last December to a staggering $260 million, given positive early reviews. Some box office watchers believe $100 million is actually a conservative projection, and wouldn't be surprised if The Batman collected at least $140 million in its first 3 days of release. I think so. I think it could definitely do that, to be fair. There does seem to be a lot more hype over this film now, and a lot of the people that would definitely, a lot of the people that seem to be naysayers, especially on this, in this online sphere, because I think like it was popular. I've never ragged on this movie, but it was popular to rag on this movie, popular to quite literally just pull stories out of your asshole that, you know, Batman had been shagging Zoe Kravitz on the Batmobile and she's pregnant. Now, all these things are just demonstrably false. Like, obviously, she's not preggers. You can literally see that. People are idiots. Can't believe anyone believed that nonsense. But hey, whatever. But now even those people, some of the people that have been purporting this absolute garbage, are now changing their opinions and seem to be liking this film a little bit now. So it's interesting, isn't it? But anyway, anywhere around $100 million to start would mark a huge win for Warner Brothers, which is releasing the Batman after the studio opted to debut its entire 2021 theatrical film slate simultaneously on HBO Max. The Batman is the first Warner Brothers movie in over a year to play exclusively in cinemas, and with that in mind, it will be an important test of audiences' desire to watch buzzy movies on the big screen at a time when output for streaming services has never been more prolific. People will watch this in movie theatres. They will. And yeah, sure, there'll be a few people in the chat going, you know, in the comments now going, I'm not going to pay to see this. All right, sure. Die on that hill then. Who the fuck cares? This is clearly an important film for the industry at large. It's not really. The industry has proven if you're a good film, you're a good film. I don't know why people keep forgetting that. But also for the studio, which is now turning its attention to the theatrical first release model for its films moving forwards. This is a senior media analyst with Comscore. This is not this is not an important film for the industry. It's an important film for Warner Brothers. That's all it is. Categorically, that's all it is. So yeah, opening weekend ticket sales for the Batman should affirm the decision by Warner Brothers to keep the movie. Like all of its 2022 films, only in theatres. That's because it's on track to represent the studio's biggest COVID-era debut by a landslide. Although we don't have those figures by the sounds of it. Over the past 12 months, when Warner Brothers deployed its day-and-date release strategy on HBO Max, director Denis Villeneuve's Dune adaptation landed the biggest 3-day total of 41 million. Not only is the Batman expected to double that figure, and then some, but has the potential to generate more money in its opening weekend than any other Warner Brothers film pandemic release in its entire theatrical run, basically. So to date, the studio's highest grossing movies in the last 2 years were Godzilla vs. Kong, which wasn't even a Warner Brothers film, that was a Legendary film, and Dune, again, which wasn't a Warner Brothers film, it was a Legendary film, which goes to show you exactly what, you know, Warner Brothers is putting out. Because again, comically speaking, they say other recent Warner Brothers movies, many of which hailed from popular franchises like The Matrix and Space Jam, literally, Warner Brothers are like, yeah, let's make The Matrix. Shit. Let's make Space Jam. Again, yeah, shit, no, terrible. And then Legendary is like, oh, should we put, you know, like Godzilla vs. Kong? Yeah, smash, loved it. Crazy. So aside from its theatrical release, the Batman's ubiquity in popular culture, the movie should get a lift from the undeniable fact that superhero movies are all the rage. Plus, it's rated PG-13, though director Todd Phillips is deeply disturbing, not deeply disturbing, 28 film Joker. It's not deeply disturbing, you plebs. Sensitive idiots. Became insanely profitable despite its hard R rating. Restricting a movie like The Batman from audiences under the age of 17 could be the difference between tens of millions of dollars at the box office, and that's a loss that no studio can afford to withstand at the time, which, yeah, sure, makes sense. But here's the budget, $200 million. $200 million. Let's just put this into perspective. Matrix regurgitations cost $200 million. I don't know how. $200 million for a Batman movie? Seems about right. Seems about right. Needs to gross over $500 million, $500+ million to start taking good money. Actually, like, start turning on a profit. That's alright. $200 million. It'll do that. $200 million. Expected to hit close to that, 140 odd million just domestically. This will be good. I don't think this is a film that we need to worry about. Matrix regurgitations, that's a huge financial loss. That was $200 million that film was. What are you getting? Like, look at both products. Look at both products. They filmed on location in the States. Didn't have to fly around. I think they went to like Germany at one point, but not a whole lot of stuff. Robert Pattinson, they filmed in the height of the pandemic, $200 million. That's not bad. That would have inflated the budget quite a lot as well. And yeah, I do know The Matrix did as well, but again, you know, shitty effects. It wasn't very good. It was a terrible film. I'd sooner take the Batman. If I was an investor, I would be investing in the Batman over Matrix regurgitations for my $200 million. Let's put it that way. That looks like more bang for your buck. and a definite return on investment, I would say. So it is surprising, though. $200 million. That's about right. That's about right. In fact, I think, wasn't it, Black Widow cost similar sort of money. So I'd say that's on par. Like I'd say that's pretty decent. That's not bad. I think it will hit a pretty good profit, to be honest. Now, that's obviously one of the few Hollywood films to secure a release date in China. So, yeah, I mean, it's even got China money coming in, or will have anyway. I think it's going to be pretty good, to be honest. I think it's going to do, I think it'll do good money. I think it'll do really, really decent money. So there you have it, ladies and gents. $200 million, $140 million opening weekend. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comment section. You want to support the channel further? We've got Patreon, we've got memberships, loads of good stuff, and my PO box is actually going to be set up in 2 days' time. So return back here for that if you want to shoot anything over to the PO box and partake in sub mail, because there's a bit of fun here on the channel. But there's nothing else here to really say, to be honest. What do you think? Drop your thoughts down below. Do you think it's going to make money or not? I think $200 million puts it at a very good advantage to make money. I think it will make good money. Let me know what you think. Cheers. Take care.